important issue worldwide, but also the job generation is important, so that the people can continue economically with their lives. So I'm gonna talk about this adjustment that we have had, and also mention that the big projects in Mexico have not completely stopped. That doesn't mean that the life has gone the same as before the COVID, but the big projects have continued with the new rules of the healthy and the safety rules that we have been recommended by the physicians and also the government and the committed industry. And taking into account that the construction jobs are most of them in open areas, it has been able to continue some of these projects, reducing the amount of labor and also taking advantage of the technologies in order to get to the point of continuing all these project plans. So I'm gonna take a little speech about the new aquarium at the Cortes Sea in Mexico, and also I'm gonna mention the specialty concrete that is being used in this project that is being built at this very point. It's being built in all this 2020 year and will be opened in the next year. That's at least the plan. So globally, we have had this challenge of the virus. However, it's not the only challenge that we need to face. We are very conscious about the need to produce some movement in the industry, to have some economical input so that all the activities could continue. And the government of Mexico has allowed some of the primary and important activities, and one of them has been the construction one. We cannot say that all of the job sites have been open to continue. However, some of them has in the variety of states that we have in Mexico have continued. And one of the examples is the one that I'm going to mention, which is taking part in Mazatlan, which is located in this beautiful NASA picture at this part of the country. This region is Mexico, and here we have the Cortes Sea and we have the Mazatlan state, and all the a big variety of water world is running out of there, and there's a huge project called the Aquarium of Mazatlan. So this project has continued during the 2020, which means during the COVID times. And so this new aquarium, of course, has required more planning, probably than before. If we know how an aquarium is formed, we can take into account tanks and then also important foundations, so that it's covered on durability, because all the ambient is full of chlorides, magnesium, sulfates, and other salts that belong to the sea and also to the lake. And well, we have here a beautiful aerial picture where we can see that there is less labor than what we have in Mexico. I know in some countries it would be still a lot of people there. However, in our country, labor is not as expensive, so it's preferred by the construction for a lot of the jobs, and I'm sure in some parts in India would be very similar. However, it's been reduced because of the situation on the healthy care that we are having globally. And the Cortes Sea Aquarium is rated top of the 10 in the world because of the size and because of the importance of the amount of species that will be shown over there. And the opening, as I mentioned, is planned on 2021. The water capacity is about 5 million liters, and more than 12,000 square meters of built surface is planned. So this is part of the complex, which will have other parks and other public areas for the people, and also the investment is from private in Mexico industry, and will bring also tourists to the area. So one of the technologies used over there is low permeability and non-structural crack self-healing admixture, which is called by ACI 212 type PRAH. So this means that whenever a crack is open, or the porosity of the concrete is over there is present, and there is some source of water or humidity, some moisture, this will be combined into compounds together with the cement, hydrated cement, and then it will form more CSH that will start blocking all those cracks and porosity. So this will reduce the permeability. This is some tests that we had in Mexico related to the self-healing capacity, of course, non-structural cracking. And we have some difference. We don't have much time to do some explanations. However, this is the behavior, or silica fume itself. This is a behavior of the penetrant admix, which belongs to this self-healing technology, together with silica fume. So the capacity for blocking cracks is much higher. Pretty much we measure that as 80 or 90% for these products. And the durable concrete in this project is being used in tanks, foundations, the structural elements, even beams or slabs. And also, we have to take into advantage other important characteristics for the fresh concrete, which has to be with the pores. They are all monolithic, so the pores are being running day and night, so that the structures get, to the most part, monolithic with the less repair. And also, it has been important, the pumping. So I've been showing some pictures just to have some idea on how many cars or trucks, and also how many bumps are being running over there, because that's the only way to get to the monolithic desired state. So also the logistic has been important. The consistency and the temperature of the concrete has to be related to the hot weather concreting, because in the area it's a hot weather over there. I mean, it's about 30 to 35 Celsius. So the consideration is to be taken care of. So people have been committed to do all this job. I mean, ever since the production of the concrete to the pours and the placement of the concrete, I mean, the people really, at least in Mexico, is eager to continue doing their job as their best, and taking care of their health too. All the preparations need to be run with a lot of careful, probably to be more careful than we used to be before, because we have less availability of labor, and also we need not to have reworks, let's say. So all the preparation for the pours are very, very important, mainly for the tanks and all these low permeability structures. And this durable concrete is being used at least in 28,000 cubic meter. This belongs to the low permeability, craft self-healing, and even some of them have been architectural finished. So this is interesting to know that we can combine all these technologies in order to get these beautiful tanks where the sea animals will be running there, and we'll be able to observe them and admire them. And so just as a final comment, it's difficult to place some conclusion, but I think Mexico and India have some things in similar, and we are countries that are under development. We are in that phase, and the government and private investment joint efforts are a must. This is an example of that. We are happy to show this success story, and definitely we need to adjust to the new working conditions because that is the key. So with that, I finish my participation, and I thank a lot your attention and also the government of India for this invitation. And here is my information for any question or comment you might send.